Good morning from Arizona. I'm Bill Southern, and these are my Nugget Shooter journals. It's cold today, man. I'm bundled up. I got like 3 layers on. It's cold. I think it's not even 40 degrees yet. And I'm going to be out hunting nuggets today. Today, we're going to be using the GP 3500. That's an older Mine Lab machine. This one's been modded by Woody in Australia. And I really like this machine. It's one of my favorites. Yeah, it's a little bit older and it's analog, no digital on this one. But boy, it sure gets the job done. Yes, indeed it does. So, we're going to strap on the backpack and get a knee brace on and knee pad and the whole show, and we're going to go out here into these little bitty hills over here. And we're going to see about getting a nugget. I'll get back with you. We got some rain too, by the way. And that was a welcome thing. It rained quite a bit, enough to make our roof leak good. We live in a 100-plus-year-old home, so when it rains too hard, the roof gives up in a spot or two, and we have to end up patching it up again. But we're on a private club claim here, and I'm just hoping to be able to scrape one out. I've got nuggets here in the past, and with this newly wet ground, I just might get lucky. Yeah, there's a pretty decent target right here. I got the speaker on so you guys can hear. Okay, we'll see what it is. It's kind of not real solid, so I hope it's there as I keep digging. If I scrape it right off the top, it's probably not good. I've got an 8-inch coil on this machine right now. Yeah, it's because a lot of the ground I'm hunting is not real deep here. Okay, whatever's the target, I moved already. So it's probably going to be a hot rock or something. This machine's very sensitive. There it is right in here. This little rock. Let me get my scoop. It's this little piece of metamorphic stuff. And no, there's not gold in that. I know from experience. Boy, it sure has a good signal. Yep. Okay. Different machines react a little differently. And this machine's particularly sensitive. And I have a lot of control over sensitivity and what it does. It's a good one. Like I said, it's one of my favorite machines. Hopefully it'll sniff one out for us today. We got a target right here. Pretty good target. It could be a hot rock. I've dug a lot of them today. Only one piece of metal, piece of lead. This one sounded okay. Now generally I scrape off a little bit of dirt before I actually decide whether it's a target or not. And a lot of times it'll be a hot rock right on the surface. This one is an actual target. So we're gonna dig it up and we're gonna hope. We're gonna hope. It's out of the hole. It's not necessarily good. Uh-oh. That's right in here. Caught it. Okay. I know a lot of you don't like the sound of scraping on the coil. Sometimes you got to get that close, and I think it's going to be a hot rock. Yep. Unreal. Thought it might be, though. Yep. Ironstone. Check the hole again here, but yeah, that was our target. Oh well. We got an absolute screamer down under this bush. I just dug up a hot rock right above it. But let's, I mean, just screaming. I already scraped off the top. So, I believe me, there's a target down here. Just a screamer. Nothing stuck to my magnet yet. We have a magnet on our picks. Usually right here's mine. It'll grab iron as it comes out. Yeah, something in here. Somebody throw a piece of a can up under here or what? It's pretty darn loud for a nugget. Unless it's a mighty big one. Oh, I think I see it. Right there. Yep. Yep. Where'd it go? Right here. Oh. Man. But it's here. Okay, that was still here. And any nugget hunter with any savvy always digs these. That's a good target, boy. I thought that might be something special. Had that nice sound to it. But nope. Nope, 45 slug appears to be. My, did that break my little bird-like heart. Yep, it sure did. Yeah, that's the only target that was in there. Whoop, almost wiped out the camera. Ah, boy. I tell you, I thought I might be onto one there. Yes, I did. You know, but you never know out here. And just being out here is worth it to me. Sure is. So far, nothing but trash today. I'm going to hunt for another little bit here, and maybe we'll have a little chat about detectors and why I use so many different ones. But for right now, I'm going to keep hunting. Well, I'm going to take this opportunity while I'm sitting here having a little lunch to talk to you a little bit about detectors, since so many of you are asking why I own several detectors and if it requires you to own several detectors to hunt gold. The answer to that is a simple no. You can pick out one that works the best for you and find gold just fine. I always recommend to my new customers that perhaps they start out with a lower end machine. And lower end in the gold hunting business is by no means the lower end. The good machines start out around $700-800, almost up to 900 in many cases. And those machines work really well. A lot of gold gets found with them. The Gold Monster, I own one of those. I hunt with it a lot and I find a lot of gold with it. I also have 3 pulse induction machines. Well, actually 2 pulse induction and one that's zero voltage transmission technology, which is quite a bit different, and that's the GPZ 7000. That's Minelab's top of the line gold hunting machine. And I call it a specialty machine. It's not for everybody. It costs a lot of money, and if you don't have a place to take it where you know there's gold, you know, it's just going to be frustrating for somebody new to this game. At least with a Gold Monster or something, when you take it out and you hunt with it, and even if you don't really like the hobby, you're not invested that deep, and you can bail out before you've burned all your clothes to get your money back. But I have the Gold Monster 1000, and we're just talking about gold detectors. I have a couple coin relic detectors, and also I have the Equinox 800, which will do both quite well. And I have a Gold Monster 1000. That's my VLF choice for gold. I have a Minelab SDC 2300, which is multi-period fast technology, and it will hear small gold incredibly deep. And I really like that machine, and I'm actually going to get Tammy going on that one pretty quick, so she can start getting some deeper, bigger stuff than the Gold Monster will hear. And I also have a GP 3500, which you saw me use today. And that's another machine I really like. With the 8-inch coil on today, it'll hear small gold pretty darn deep. I don't hear the little BBs, like I do with the 2300 and the Gold Monster, but I do hear small targets, and it'll go quite deep as well. And for the mid-range stuff, I guess you'd say, quarter gram and up, it's an amazing machine. And with a bigger coil, it goes incredibly deep on large targets. Deeper than I want to dig in most cases. And like I said, then I have the 7000. And I have all those machines because I do this semi-professionally or professionally, whatever you want to say. I spend a lot of time in the field hunting gold. And sorry about the wind. We got a little bit of a wind here. You'll see how this Hero Black 9 with the medium mod handles the wind out here in the Arizona desert, won't we? But I have those machines, all 4 of them, simply because I travel around a lot and I really don't want to get caught with my pants down somewhere. I took the wrong machine and I've driven half a day to get there or a full day to get there, and I didn't have the right equipment to hunt the ground I find after I get there. And it's nice to be able to choose through a couple different machines. And the ground matters greatly in mineralization, depth, the type of rock it is, whether you're right on bedrock or not, how much overburden you have. I mean, there's a whole lot of factors involved. And I like having a full toolbox to be able to pick and choose what I want to use to do that. And it's like fixing a car or building a house. You can't do it with just one tool. So I guess that's it for you folks that have asked. I just have multiple machines because I feel I need those to cover a lot of the areas that I go. And as you're starting out in this business or hobby, it's really good to start with a machine that you can afford and that you feel confident with and that's somewhat easy to use. So as you get up more advanced with the machines, you have more settings. And they're not there just as bells and whistles. All those settings are there so that you can have even more control over the ground you intend to hunt. And that's the key, is having control over that ground. Because if you can't handle the ground, you're not going to find the gold. It's as simple as that. So I guess that's it in a nutshell. We didn't get any gold today, no matter what machine I had today. And I know these things are open. There we go. And I didn't get any gold at all today. That's just how it goes sometimes. And another question I get a lot is, why don't I use a pinpointer? Why am I using that scoop and scraping my coil and making all that noise? Well, it's a lot easier to recover the nuggets by digging a hole around them, scooping it out, and going over the coil. We don't have city park worries here or people's yard worries where we have to put the dirt back with a really nice plug. Well, as you put the dirt back, first rain, you can't even tell we're there. So I prefer the scoop method, hand a scoop, like you see me do. I've tried pinpointers, don't get me wrong. But I generally, as a rule, I don't use them. And different coil sizes, we've gone into that before. And on the Gold Monster 1000, a lot of people ask me why I'm always using that small coil. And that goes back to the fact that I use more than one machine. So if I feel I'm need to go a little deeper or have a bigger coil, I generally would go to a pulse induction machine. And for you folks that just have one machine, maybe the Gold Monster or another VLF machine, and most of what I talk about covers all the machines out there. I just tell you which ones I prefer. There's a lot of good gold machines out there other than the ones I use. I just feel like the ones I use give me the best advantage for what I do. But if you put that bigger coil on the Gold Monster, you're not going to lose a whole lot of sensitivity, a little bit, and you're going to get a little better ground coverage and depth. And that can be very important too. So, no gold today. I'm going to go home and relax. Alrighty, we're back in the office. For some reason my camera shut down out there and I didn't get to finish up what I was wanting to say, but we're talking about different detectors and whatnot, and I get asked a lot why I use the brand of detectors I use, or why I use a particular machine over other machines. And it's simply because I use what works absolute best for me. And I try most of them out there, trust me on that. And I guess the best thing when you're new to this or thinking about upgrading, and it's not cheap. It's just not cheap in this branch of metal detecting. Gold machines, as a rule, cost quite a bit more than the lower end coin and relic machines do. The lower end gold machines being in the $700 to $900 range, with the lower end coin units being in the $200 and $400 range for decent ones. I guess the best advice I could give somebody is, I mean, any dealer is going to tell you what they think you should buy. And I think before you work with a dealer on any level, other than just questions about machines, you need to do your research on your own. And I mean that wholeheartedly. You need to go online, and I didn't have this opportunity when I was getting started. We didn't have the computer. There were computers. I mean, I'm not that old, but there weren't personal computers per se. A lot of people didn't have the ability to do research other than read a book of some sort. So what I suggest to you is go online and find out what other people are using. Look at the machines they're using and look at the ones that are finding gold and the ones that aren't finding gold. And by doing that on several different videos, on forums and online itself, it doesn't take very long for you to put together a pretty good list of the machines that you might want to consider, because people are actually finding gold with them, not just talking about that they find gold. There's a big difference there. There's a lot of gold machines out there and they claim to find gold, but when you go on Facebook or online or other places like that and you start looking at what people are finding gold with, it's pretty telltale. And like I said, it's up to you to decide what you want before you want it. And asking a dealer is a good way. I mean, dealers are knowledgeable. I'm knowledgeable, and I'm a dealer. My videos are more for pushing how to do what I do, where to go, not personally where to go through my videos, like go right here and you'll find gold, but I teach you where to go, how to find gold, and how to use your machine to find gold. And that covers most machines out there. I prefer MineLab. That's what I use. That's what I've used for a long time. I had a Fisher Gold Bug that I really liked. I've used a Soro, I've used Whites, I've used pretty much all of them. The Nugget, I've tried most machines out there, unless it's a real new one. And I stick with what works for me. Simple as that. And once you've decided exactly what you want, then it's time to talk to a dealer about a purchase. And I don't know. That's the best advice I could give, so you don't end up disappointed. Some guy tries to sell you a $200 machine made for coins and relics and says, oh yeah, it'll find gold. Well, it would in a sandbox perhaps. Maybe not the real small stuff, but the problem most lower end machines have is with the ground in the desert and in any gold fields. It's horrible ground, and if they're not designed to be able to work through that horrible ground, it's not going to operate for you. It's going to be a disappointment. So do your research. Remember, we're trying to make the ground invisible, and gold machines are able to do that very, very well. And we're out in nature where the ground changes rapidly, and having a detector that can handle that is essential. So for now, my friends, if you like these videos and you get something out of them and maybe learn a little bit here and there, and just like the Arizona desert or the other places that we travel, like, subscribe, and ring that bell. I'd sure like to hear from you in the comments. And for now, Nugget Shooter out.